Welcome to the next block of our startup competition. My name is Alex. It's my pleasure being here with you today. And we're going to be talking about digital businesses and government. And to start, I want to introduce our first startup, which we have physically. We're, as you know, we are a hybrid event. So we have startups that were unable to travel because of the pandemic. So we have them in online, and we also have physical startups here. Just as a reminder, 3-minute pitch and one Q&A, 1 minute for Q&A afterwards. Judges, be ready. I want everyone asking questions, okay? So make sure you are active and asking questions. And for the rest, I'm gonna need a big applause for each and one of our startups. And to start the block, are you ready, guys? Are we ready? Okay, let's try one more time. Are we ready? There we go. So to start the block, I want to welcome our next startup, physically here from Spain, tackling a really hard problem, which is age verification for real. And how do you connect that with payments on the internet? Please welcome our next startup, which is the magic duo, coming all the way from Spain, Javier Gutierrez y Sayoa. Hey, let's try this. This is really hard, this name. Sayoa Arrizabalaga, CEO and CMO and co-founders of Brave Corporation. Welcome, big applause.
So, hi, it's awesome to be here with you today.
Thank you so much for these 3 minutes of your attention. We truly will make our best to make it worth. My name is Javier, CEO and co-founder.
And I'm Sayoa, CMO and co-founder at Brave. So we are another B2B2C, B2G, fintech, blockchain, AI, social responsible startup.
Yeah, but what makes us really special is that we make IDs disappear. We are Brave, we make age controls simple. Because age controls are a global need. As more industries go digital, the need to control, regulate, and protect our customers is a growing necessity in our society. From e-commerce to trading, even vending machines, regulators are enforcing today stricter age controls than never before.
But have you ever gone through age verification online? How was it? Was it slow? Complicated? Do you have to expose your privacy?
Imagine this. You could get age verified in under a second without showing your ID. Wouldn't that be great?
Now you don't have to imagine it anymore. Brave is the solution that you are looking for. Just with a selfie.
That's all our AI needs to define with high precision in under a second with 95% precision that you are over 18. Quick, simple, and completely impossible to hack.
And when the process is completed, the picture is gone forever. We don't take any information from you. We don't store it. We don't share any information with the places that you visit. Your privacy will never be exposed again.
Brave App becomes your handy digital app that allows you instant access to those things and products that only others should buy or see. Instant, anonymous, and completely free for the end user.
But that's not all. Brave redesigned a digital payment, introducing the first cryptocurrency with an age tag. Now we can access and pay age-restricted products with just a simple gesture.
In just 3 months, Brave has become a global phenomenon, climbing all the way up to the 7th position in the global Stellar rank. Today, over 25,000 enthusiast investors trust the future of age-controlled payments.
With your support, Brave will become a global standard.
So with Brave, we get age verified in a simple manner with a selfie. You pay without the need of bank accounts, and most important of all, you protect your privacy and you prevent children from accessing things they shouldn't be seeing.
So be brave, join us. We are looking for corporate clients and investors.
Simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication. We are Brave, we make age controls simple. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey. Thank you, guys. I'm going to ask you if you can move backwards so we can have our team capture you on screen and the cameras for everyone watching online. Okay, thank you very much. It was good.
Welcome. Thank you.
Judges, are we ready? Do we have any questions? Yep, we have one there. Please stand up and introduce yourself so we can capture you on the cameras, please.
Have to do, no, it's perfect. Hi, I'm Jose Carol, Operating Director at B-Startup of Banc Sabadell. First of all, congratulations for your presentation. I would like to know more about in which stage is the solution now, and what is your revenue model, your business model, please. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. That's a great question. Have developed all our algorithms, all our products. We have released the cryptocurrency, and we already have revenue from the cryptocurrency side. And we are also engaging with B2B customers, with pilots, and we are accelerating also those pilots and proof of concept with these customers. And our revenue model is very simple. We ask for a specific fee for use, for verification to the industries that we are conducting the age verification, but the payment is completely free of charge also for these industries. So they can use our platform to collect these payments completely free of charge. And for the end user, it's also very simple. You just download the app and you don't pay absolutely anything to get Age Verified and access to all these platforms and businesses.
Okay, well, thank you very much, both Javier, Sayoa.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
got it right. Big applause for the team of Brave Corporation. Thank you very much, guys. It's amazing. I forgot to take my mask before. It's like we're so used to seeing everyone with masks that no one tells you, hey, you're going on stage with a mask. Okay, so in this case, we're flying virtually all the way to Sweden, and we're going to be tackling the problems of scale. What happens when you scale very fast, but your support system is not scaling at the same speed? You know, growth happens, but it puts strains on many different parts of the organization. Well, to tackle that and to help the world's largest and fastest growing brands scale their technical support, please welcome, all the way from Sweden, Lucas Otterling, Head of Startups of Mavenoid. Big applause.
Hello, I'm Lucas from Mavenoid. Mavenoid is a VC-backed AI startup that's all about providing frictionless product support for all types of hardware products. Everything from dishwashers and robots to headphones and scooters. Trying to fix our broken electronics, hardware and tech remains a painstaking endeavor. So we're building the world's #1 product support platform to fix this problem. We already power the product support for companies of all sizes, ranging from pre-launch startups to global beloved B2C and B2B brands like HP, ABB, Bosch, Jabra and Husqvarna. The current problem for when hardware breaks down, say a dishwasher for example, is that there's no easy way for end users to help themselves. This forces companies of all sizes to invest in building massive human support teams and contact centers that costs a ton and don't scale. Most importantly, in addition to driving up these costs and making customer operations trickier, the most painful thing with product support is the terrible customer experience. I'm sure that everyone in this room has had a terrible support experience calling and waiting on hold. It's awful. According to recent studies, the average consumer spends 43 days of their life waiting on hold when calling support. That's more than 13 hours a year. We instead believe that the future of product support is a frictionless and seamless customer support experience, which is why we're building AI-powered virtual experts that know everything about the products and then place them right at the user's fingertips. Mavenoid covers everything related to product support. Everything from complex troubleshooting and installations to pre-sales guidance and warranty handling and much, much more. As you can see with our customer ABB Smart Home, Mavenoid's AI-powered virtual expert provides smarter and faster self-service in all of their support channels. After learning a product's manual and most common issues, Mavenoid's AI can help end users help themselves through text, images, videos, step-by-step guides, which empowers them to find, troubleshoot, and solve their own issues. Of course, AI can't solve 100% of customer issues. We still believe that humans will be needed for the most trickiest, complex, and sensitive situations. In the cases where human support expertise is needed, Mavenoid provides a frictionless escalation to human support. either via live chat or video chat. Mavenoid's hybrid approach to product support, combining both artificial and human intelligence, helps both companies and end users get the best possible support experience. All of this can be live and up and running in all your support channels, such as online help centers, native end user apps, and support email, in less than a few hours of work. Building your assistant is simply done by clicking and dragging, often starting either from a template or by letting our AI import all of your support content and scrape the internet to build out an almost complete virtual expert for your business. If you're eager to learn more and get an AI-powered virtual expert for your startup or scale-up, we're happy to build out a virtual expert for your product. This is something that we're offering for free to all South Summit attendees only. We envision a world where product support doesn't suck. Mavenoid is here to make that a reality. Thank you.
That was fast. Thank you very much, Lucas. And while we capture his live stream that he's with us here to answer Q&A, judges, meanwhile, do we have any questions for Lucas, please? Questions, judges. Come on, don't make me beg for questions. No questions. Come on, someone. No? He's connecting all the way from Sweden. No questions? Do we have any questions online, team? No? Okay. Well, then we'll say hello to him. I don't know if we're going to patch him through or not. There we go. Hello, Lucas.
Hello, Ron. Good seeing you. Hey.
Thank you very much for being here with us. And I was just asking the judges, but you did an extraordinary job, and it was very straightforward and very clear, so no one has any questions. So
Good to hear that. Okay. Perfect.
Good.
Have a good day. Good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Big applause for Lucas. Thank you very much for joining us. And we're flying back here to Spain again, staying digital, staying virtual, and we're going to connect and be talking about HR solutions or the all-in-one HR solution. I don't know if we are going to be able to break that curse, because dealing with HR is always super stressful and super challenging. So you judges are going to be judging that, and the audience too. So please welcome our next speaker, all the way from Spain, Jordi Romero, CEO of Factorial.
My name is Jordi, and I'm one of the founders and the CEO of Factorial. Factorial is an HR software startup that helps SMEs around the world make better decisions based on people data. We believe that HR is everybody's job, and companies are now people-centric. We're not in the industrial era anymore, so we need to enable organizations to make decisions based on data, and everything happens around how people interact with each other, and they make their businesses grow and become better organizations. Typically, HR is an overhead. HR is administration, it's about compliance, and it doesn't typically help organizations become better. We believe that this can be automated with software, and we can focus on developing talent, attracting the right talent, and helping people grow. So that's why we built an all-in-one HR solution that is a piece of software that works both in desktop and mobile, that automates as many processes as possible for small and medium-sized organizations. We do everything from employee recruiting to onboarding, compensation, payroll, document management, electronic signature, performance management, and more. So basically the idea is that any SME around the world can have professional software to run these processes. And through the process of managing these initiatives, we gather a lot of information. Then we expose it with reports, and we enable decision makers in organizations to help grow their companies. We want to show you a little bit how our product looks like. It's a very intuitive solution. It looks like a consumer application. That's one of the things we learned when we studied the market. People hate HR solutions. They're ugly, they're scary. People are always afraid when HR knocks on their door. So we wanted to make something that is very friendly, intuitive, and easy to use. We have solutions for the whole organization, from employee directories, org charts, all the way to managing your time, your absences, and everything that goes on in your company. And at the end, we always want to transform all of this information into a useful, valuable report for managers and executives in a company to help the company grow. Why Factorial? Well, I already mentioned a couple of things. We believe HR is everybody's job, so we make a product for the entire market. We also believe in the power of scale in building a global company. So we need to solve a hyper-local solution with a very global platform. We spent a lot of product and engineering resources to make this happen. We also believe that sometimes you need to let somebody else focus on one specific job, so we do integrations with vertical solutions while we keep working on our core. Obviously, security and privacy is very important, and self-service, customer care, and having a local international team is key to deliver the best customer experience to our customers. We are supported by the very best investors in the world, and we raised around $100 million so far, which is going to help us accomplish our dream, which is to become the global leader in HR technology in the world. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking to join a fast-growing company, we have offices for all of these markets, and we're hiring, so please come join us.
Booyah! Thank you very much, Jordi. It's actually interesting, and a company I've been following closely. They're doing very, very well. So, do we have, judges, any question for Jordi, who's going to connect in a second with us? Judges, anyone? Also super clear? No questions? Really? Okay. Let's see if we get Jordi then. Hello, Jordi.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm very sorry I couldn't make it to Madrid.
No problem. However, I have good and bad news. Which one do you prefer?
Bad news first.
The
Always.
bad news first. There are no questions.
Okay.
But that's also good news. That means you did a fantastic job. So, Jordi, very impressed with the work that you guys are doing. So, congratulations from here. And no questions, which means you did a very good job. And you take away this wonderful applause from our stage here. Thank you, Jordi.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Okay, moving on to a company that has a special space in my heart because I know them since the very beginning, and they've been doing a tremendous job on the B2B trading of fruits and vegetables. Sometimes we don't really think too much about what's the value chain or the supply chain of the food that we have on our plates. But as we are seeing, for example, for those of you that are here from Spain and have been tracking the volcano, there are sometimes major disruptions on our food chain. Plátanos de Canarias, okay, everyone? However, no one really starts thinking about how is that trading happening? How does it actually goes from the farm all the way to the supermarket, and who deals with that trading? Well, to talk about that, I want to welcome a very good friend, a fantastic startup. Please, big applause to Vincent Rosso, co-CEO of Consentio.
Hi, thank you, Alex. I am Vincent, and we are building at Consentio the platform. I'm sorry about that. And we're building Consentio, the platform, the trading platform for fresh produce that actually digitalizes the supply chain from farm to retailer. Every day we have fruit and vegetables, and most of us, and we basically don't know, most of us, we don't realize how that food actually reached the supermarket and how inefficient the process is. Basically because there are different issues. First, the fresh produce is something that actually has a shelf life really short. Second, because the trading that occurs between the produce buyers and seller is actually occurring most of the time over WhatsApp, phone calls, emails, PDF, Excel, and even on paper. And finally, the market is actually quite fragmented. Basically, the trading, the buying and the selling is occurring most of the time with numerous retailers, wholesalers, and farmers. Well, this is why we are building a SaaS-enabled marketplace, a platform that actually connects produce buyers with produce sellers, where they can actually connect and meet, and also streamlined easily the process of placing an order. That's what we actually made with Consentio. How it works: we digitize the supplier product catalog from one side. From the other side, the buyer have access to a personal view of the product they want to buy, and actually they can decide when they buy it. And at the end of the day, the buyer and the seller, when they both agreed on a trade, then I can actually manage and track the orders together on the same platform, one single place. Today, we have, in Europe and in the US, we have actually listed like around 950,000 players that could be a target for us, which represent more above like a 10 billion market on software fees alone. And that's basically for us, in terms of business model, we're talking about SaaS revenue. So this is why we subscription-based, that we are charging only the suppliers on one side. We have like 15 active pilots that are actually turning into 7 paying customers with the largest companies in the field, and basically with also a 90% conversion rate between pilot to client. We, in the future, would like to actually plan to charge on transaction-based for services over 210 million euros of gross merchandise value that's actually processed by the platform, growing at 5x a year. We are two co-founders, Benoit, my partner, who's actually ex-head of France, Juicy Forset, and co-founder of AOL France, and myself, be part of the founding team of BlaBlaCar, and on Truck, being on the board on Truck as well. We have, like, along with also 20 other talented people, we believe that we have the right place, the right team to tackle this big problem. Thank you very much.
Very good. There we go. Thank you very much. A step there. So let's see if we have any questions. Judges, any questions for Vincent? There we go. We have one there. Please stand up and state your name and charge so we know who you are. Yeah, talk.
Hi, this is Christophe from Elia. What are your business metrics currently? I mean,
the business model?
Yeah, no, business metrics. I mean, do you generate revenue?
No,
where is it coming from?
Yes, we do we're starting to have revenue. So we kind of have a contract value right now around 120K contract value at the moment with our customers, annual contract value, I would say. And we are really beginning of monetization right now. That's the metric you saw right here are just the traction that we're getting from the platform based on the usage on pilots and the paying customers.
Okay, thanks.
To you.
Hey, thank you very much. Big applause for Vincent. Thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure, sir. And keeping up with the French theme and that stuff, we're flying virtually to France to talk about something that I think everyone here has heard about, digital transformation, digital change. And it's all great and dandy when we are doing change. However, it's much harder to track where are we within that change management process. And to tackle that and introduce us our digital change management platform, I want to welcome our next speaker, Michael Bentolila, CEO of Inside Board.
Hello, I'm Michael Bentolila, co-founder and CEO of Inside Board. Welcome to the new world, a hybrid world featuring the future of work, where people are working from home, from offices, from the field in distributed fashion, all that powered by digital technology. Some call this digital transformation, and today you see it everywhere. But what does it take for digital transformation to succeed? At Inside Board, we have been helping our customers succeed in their digital transformation for over 7 years, and we developed the ideal software companion to their transformation. Most organizations start with people, so they invest heavily in new programs, learning tools, online and offline classes to help their employees adapt and embrace the change. And that's great. People seem motivated, and you see a spike in digital adoption. But very often, high adoption is short-lived, and soon after, you see a serious decline to a point doubting the whole initiative. No wonder why. 3 out of 4 transformations fail. Our approach is to start by helping our customers define success. Using success as a starting point, we focus on 2 areas. First, we translate this success into measurable goals and KPIs. Whether we are in a CRM, ERP, PLM, or other platform, we identify the right KPIs and success metrics for every situation. Second, we analyze how the org structure matches with the key success metrics and determine the groups of employees who share common goals and KPIs. We call them success communities. KPI-driven communities are a cornerstone to our platform. Once goals, KPIs, and communities are established, InSideBoard AI Engine kicks in and builds a stimulating environment to drive the company at all levels to reach its goals and achieve success. Our system sends recommendations to every person, telling them not only what to do and how to do it, but also why. All that within their work environment. Several success boosters are constantly nudging every employee for actions for success. We are proud to have household name customers and have been fortunate to accompany them in their digital transformation with over 150 active end users across the globe. Join a group of leading companies and let us help you in your digital transformation and thrive in this new world. Thank you.
Candao. Thank you very much. Okay, questions for Michael. Do you have any questions, judges? We're going to connect with him from France. Any question, judges? Anyone? No? No questions, judges? Okay. Let's see if we have him. Bonsoir, Michael. How are you?
Hola.
Hola.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, we have good and bad news. Good news is that your pitch was very good, and the bad news is we don't have any questions because you did a very good job. So we are connecting to thank you for your pitch. It was very good, and this big applause from a room. Thank you very much, Michael.
Yeah, bye. Yeah.
Ciao. Bye. Okay, moving back to Spain in this case, and physical, and tackling the challenge of how do you, there's a lot of talk around circular economy and recycling, but there's a key component that is always very hard to do, which is how do you connect retailers with this circular economy? And precisely to talk about that, we have our next speaker. So please welcome on stage Pablo Candao, CEO and co-founder of Newe.
Hello to all of you. I am Pablo Candao, CEO of Newe. And do you see this camera? The price of this camera is higher than 500 euros. And I ordered yesterday in PC Componentes, which is our customer, just for using here today in the States. Could you think, all of you here, that I am totally crazy? And yes, but not at all, because what I really did is rent. Rental models started in the United States, and they are actually coming to Europe. Retailers are aware of it, and Newe too. Newe means new economy and new era, and is the B2B software that allows retailers to enter in a rental model in their own channels, promoting by this way the circular economy. Circular economy is actual need for retailers. These models have technical aspects that are not core for them, and also big players that are actually our customers, they have a lot of stock excess, and a lot of customers that don't like to pay high prices in an online channel. How they can solve that? Entering in a rental model. And how retailers can do that? Using Newe software. Newe software is a wide-level platform with a rental section that we include in their online channel. Since they start having orders, our technology automatizes and optimizes whole process. This whole process is covered with an insurance. And we say ourselves that we are data experts. This is because we offer them a business intelligence platform so they can improve every day the rental section. The market is really big. 60 billion just speaking about technology and fashion. This means that similar solutions start to appear. In France and in Germany, we have Lycée and Rien, that our competitive advantage is that our technology is agnostic to the industry. Also, we have Circuli, that our competitive advantage is that our software also covers the operations side. We have actually started in January of this year, 15 customers from electronic, fashion, sports, and kids industry. We have increased our revenue 40% every month, closing the last one with 3,500 euros. Also, we have recently closed our first investment round, and we want to be in 1 year with a minimum revenue of 100,000 euros. Exactly in that moment, we want to open another investment round with the goal to be European leaders. We are a really young team, but passionate, of marketers and engineers that we came from companies such as Accenture, Airbus, or Amazon. And we want to say to all of you here to join Neoway to create a new economy, bringing a new era. Neoway. And now a quick photo with all people here, please. Just a quick photo to remember this special day and this special moment. Just say hello, everyone. Neoway. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Big applause. Here. Pablo, come here with me so the cameras can actually catch you. Here. Do we have any questions? Very good.
Sure. Thank you, Rodolfo from Armular. Quick question. You say you are agnostic to the industry, but I'm guessing that there are some verticals that are more prone to a rental environment than others. Can you talk a bit about that and which sectors are you going to tackle first?
Yeah. In our case, we started with the fashion industry with expensive clothes that you can use in special events, but at the same time that we advance with our project and with our product, we start to see that, for example, electronics, cameras, headphones, computers, they have also a lot of sense to use in a rental model. And also, as we advance, we also see that trolley for kids, for example, sport equipment, whatever can be used also in a rental model. But what is better is that rental models are not only used for use a product in a special moment. Retailers also use this for trying to get new customers that didn't like to pay high prices before tasting the product. For example, we have products that have a price of 2,000, 3,000, and you can pay, for example, like 50 euros, use for days, and later pay the difference to buy the product. No? So you can find 2 customer persona for this new business model.
Hey, very good. Well, our time is up. Pablo,
okay, sorry.
Thank you very much. Big applause for Pablo. Thank you so much. I have a question here. How many of you in the room are developers, coders? Raise your hands. Really? Whoa, okay, this is interesting. And the next startup, you probably don't know you'll know what this is about. What's interesting is when we do development and we do coding, quality is a very important part of that. However, sometimes you don't have the time to run the quality things. Now, our next startup is precisely fixing that, something that we call the technical debt. That eventually is what crashes most of your applications, Facebook, and things like that. Now, to automate some of these things and to make the life easier for the developers behind these applications, we have our next startup coming all the way from Station F in Paris. Please, big welcome virtually from France, Benedetta Dal Canton, co-founder of Ponycode.
Hello, I'm Benedetta and I'm a co-founder and software developer at Ponycode. The events that you see in these slides all have something in common. They all are software bugs which have made the headlines for a reason or another. These examples are all pretty dramatic, to be honest, and of course we don't expect bugs of this serious to happen every day. But what is sure is that bugs can have a tremendous impact on the reputation of any company, and nobody is really safe from them. Today, the estimated cost of bad code is $85 billion per year, be in the form of dissatisfaction from users, or the time spent by developers to fix them, or the delay in producing new features. Because of this, developers actually spend less than 50% of their time actually coding and developing new features. As a developer myself, I know firsthand how frustrating this is, and also as a co-founder of a company, I know how costly it is. Essentially, it's a lose-lose situation. This is why we founded Ponycode. Ponycode aims to be an AI-based coding partner for all developers, and it has the goal of increasing the quality of the code they produce, increasing their productivity, and as a consequence, also increasing their happiness. The first challenge that we've taken up is the generation of unit tests. Unit tests give us confidence about the foundations of our code, and all developers know that they're very important, but they have three main faults. We need a lot of them, they take a lot of time to write, and no developer likes writing them. The result is that either we don't write them at all, with a risk for the quality of our code base, or we do, but this has a negative impact on the speed at which we can produce new features, new functionalities, new products. To respond to this problem, at Ponicode we've created an artificial intelligence engine that uses natural language processing technology to analyze and understand the code. This engine provides suggestions of scenarios that should be tested for a given function, completely adapted to each developer's code, without the developer really having to write any line of code unless they really want to. Effectively, it means that we're able to reduce the time it takes to write a unit test down to a matter of seconds, making it really a no-brainer to always test your code. Beyond providing tools to assist the developers in their day-to-day, the Ponicode business platform includes monitoring capabilities as well, so that the project managers and CTOs can keep better control over the quality of their code and over their resources and always take the right decisions. As of today, we believe that Ponicode is on track to becoming the most complete AI-powered unit testing solution on the market, and this makes us really, really excited. Our product has been available in public beta since last summer, and we already count more than 10,000 users and nearly a dozen between clients and pilots. We've generated over 16,000 unit tests, and all of this across 3 different programming languages. Last year, we were able to secure 3 million euros in seed funding, which allowed us to double the size of our team, and it created a lot of opportunities for us to work with software quality leaders. We are full of exciting plans for 2022 and can't wait to show the world what we have in store. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll take any question.
Okay, there we go. Thank you very much, Benedetta. Okay, judges. This one is a little vertical for developers. However, 3 million round is for a reason. So, do we have any questions? Very good. Let's see. We have Benedetta with us. Hello, hello. Bonsoir, Benedetta. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. First of all, thank you very much for that wonderful pitch. Congratulations on the round. And we do have a question for you. So go ahead, please.
Let's go.
Hi, congratulations for the presentation. Sorry, I'm Jose Carol of B-Startup, Banco Sabadell. I would like to know if you are offering directly to developers your solution and or not, and if you are planning to do a B2B for companies, SMEs or large corporations, if you are thinking on doing something similar for companies. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So we have a business model that is split in 2 parts. We do want to always keep a freemium for developers, because we think that through adoption of developers, we want to make developers happy. We want to really know that we are helping them directly and having an impact on their life. But absolutely, it's really important for us also to have an enterprise go-to-market. We've just started this go-to-market enterprise, and the reasons are that we can provide extra customization, we believe, for enterprises, influence on our roadmap. It's a really good way to kind of align the needs of the larger enterprises with what we do. We can provide additional things in terms of security and privacy enhancement. So yeah, absolutely, the 2 axes are completely complementary. We always want to have a free solution for developers, but the enterprise axe is important.
Okay, thank you very much. I have a very quick question. How long until the machines take over and we don't need any developers anymore? Is that in the roadmap?
Yeah, in a sense, well, I'm a developer, so in a sense, I'm kind of working for until the time where my job will become useless, really.
We're getting close there.
We don't think. Let's be honest, we don't think that the job of the developer is going to be substituted, because there is so much that is creative about what we do. There is so much that requires a real human to think about it. What we want to do is to make sure that all the tasks that are repetitive, that take so much of our time, just get done much faster. So,
I don't know. One day I need to be there with Roxy and you, and we will have a talk about this, because I'm thinking Alexa, code me this app. And yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Well, Benedetta, thank you very much for your time. This big applause for you and wonderful pitch. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going back to physical and we're going back to Spain. And this is a company that honestly made my jaw like drop when I saw it for the first time. It was like, whoa, this is really smart. Then again, I've worked in the retail space, but there's big changes that have happened in the retail space, right? We've gone from physical points where you would go and buy things to physical points where now we actually collect things we bought online. Now that creates massive problems with how do you manage your workforce. To do that, to tell you how to fix that in a very scalable and effective way, I want to welcome our next startup. Big applause for Alberto del Barrio, CEO and co-founder of Orquest.
Thank you. Thank you. I am glad to be here. I am Alberto del Barrio, co-founder and CEO of Orquest. And let's start. E-commerce has been on the rise during the pandemic. But despite this, the physical store still plays a key role in the retailer's strategy. But the reality is that retailers are living hard times because changing in consumer behavior and customer traffic decrease, which has led them in many cases to make huge discounts in order to attract customers, affecting their profitability even further. But the big challenge is not only to attract customers. The big challenge is to be efficient and profitable, aligning employee scheduling and planning with customer visits and the way they consume, avoiding to waste employee hours when there are no customers, or having a lack of employees during peak times to ensure the best customer service, and maximizing productivity. Orquest was born to help on this challenge with the mission to make life easier and more profitable to retailers and their employees around the world. Using artificial intelligence, we have built the most innovative workforce and performance management solution, specifically designed for the retail industry, that make life easier to managers by automating complex decisions, that take care of employees, that guarantee the best customer service by reducing service time, and all this with efficiency, ensuring more sales and more profitability. As an example of the impact that we have generated, in McDonald's, we have reduced the service time more than 25%, which allowed them to increase sales by 4%. And in Douglas, for instance, we have increased sales by 6.6% and employee productivity by 17.2%. Orquest is offered as software as a service with no acquisition cost, which ensure a fast return of investment. And our strategy is to land in a group of stores, demonstrate impact, and then expand to the rest of the network. Today, all these brands are our customers, and the upselling potential in them is more than 60 million euros of annual recurrent revenue, with more than 11,000 stores pending Orquest implementation in more than 100 countries. Orquest is already trusted by leading global retailers. We are in 16 countries, more than 1,500 stores, and we plan more than 40,000 employees every month. We are 30 PhD engineers and passionate about retailers and artificial intelligence with more than 100 years of experience accumulated on this discipline on companies such as Inditex, Decathlon, IBM, or Puma. And at the beginning of 2022, we are going to open a fundraising round looking for 3 million in order to boost our international expansion. And I close with a message of Pablo Isla, the chairman of Inditex, that say that if you bet on efficiency, you can rely on the future. And with Orquest, you can rely on the future. Thank you very much.
That was amazing. Thank you very much. Do you mind if you stand here so we can capture? Do we have judges? Any questions? Anyone from the judges? Questions? No one? Yep, there you go.
All right. So still Christophe from LIL. So there are a few workforce management tools out there, and they've been around for quite a while. What really is differentiating your product? Is it only the accuracy you can get, from better artificial intelligence, or you've got something else in your bag you didn't talk about today?
Yes, by the way, one of the different values that we are extremely focused on retail, so our solution is pure retail, and also our forecast engine and scheduling engine is designed for that. So the accuracy and the quality of the schedules and the quality of the planning make the difference in this kind of solution. And that's why global retailers like Sarah choose us, because the quality of our solution and the scheduling engine and the forecast engine inside Workers is advanced and use the more advanced technique about artificial intelligence.
Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you. Big applause for Alberto. Thank you very much. I'm a big fan of this kind of solutions. Normally come up when people have worked from the inside and they've been living through those challenges personally, and then they kind of spin out and you create the solutions. Anyhow, speaking of solutions, okay, so I asked a question before, who is a developer? Who is into advertising and does advertising, digital advertising, and stuff like that? Raise your hands. Really? Don't be afraid. There's nothing wrong. They're not going to throw you stones or anything. These are nice people, right? We're nice people, right? We respect everyone, especially advertisers, right? Okay. Anyhow, if you've ever have to dealt with that, it's challenging. It's challenging. You spend a lot of time doing research on user segmentation and how to convert the leads. And that is a painful process. Precisely to talk about how can we use AI data and AI engines for the sales intelligence platform, we have our next speaker coming all the way from Portugal in virtual. So please welcome the CEO of Goro Data, Elizabeth Mirochnik. Big applause.
You can have the best idea, build the most amazing product, but if you don't sell it, it's as good as nothing. B2B sales is a lot of work. You talk with lots of companies just to find those that might be interested in what you're selling. This means a lot of time and a lot of energy spent talking to companies who are just not ready to buy. Actually, the average B2B lead conversion rate is only 6%. Billions of dollars are being lost in the sales funnel due to low quality leads, lack of lead research and customer research, bad timing, and untailored speech. Tons of money is being spent on lead generation tools to culminate in such poor results. There are definitely lots of tools to generate leads out there. However, none of these tools provide contextualized and customizable buying signals tailored to each company's goals and portfolio. We've come to solve that problem. Goro Data uses AI to turn our customer sales funnel into a sales tunnel by providing high-quality leads at the right moment with a tailored message, all of this powered by artificial intelligence. So how do we do that? We scrape online data, millions of websites, news sources, blogs, and career websites. We gather all this unstructured text, and we use natural language processing techniques and neural networks, specifically transformers, to gather actionable insights out of that web data. One of the insights we're able to get is that we decode and infer buying intent from web data that is customized and contextualized to each of our company's portfolio and goals. The first buying signal that we ever found was the CEO of a postal service provider that was giving in an interview to a magazine. And he was saying in the magazine article that when 5G starts working, he wanted to put IoT sensors in the logistic chain of the postal services, meaning packages, the cars that take the packages. So for whom this is a buying signal? For instance, for an IoT sensor provider, because they can proactively contact this company, this postal services company, and present their services, because this company will eventually start searching for IoT sensors, right? But the fact is, the IoT sensor provider that gets this buying signal will be the first one to get to this postal services, because no one knows about this buying signal yet. So there's a study made by Gartner that says that if you're the first vendor to get to a certain company that's willing to buy something, you actually have 74% chance of winning that contract because you were the first one. So we believe that our customers gain an unfair competitive advantage by using our sales intelligence platform. Our goal is to increase our customers' conversion rate and also to reduce their customer acquisition costs. Because of our platform, they're able to contact potential customers at the right moment, exactly when they are ready and willing to buy the product or service. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. So while we connect with Elizabeth in Portugal, do we have, judges, any questions that you want to ask her? No? We're going to make a pass at the digital advertisers? No questions, judges? No? Okay. So, hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Are we talking to Portugal, I'm guessing?
Yes, to Portugal.
Is it nice weather there?
Actually, today is a bit gray, not very sunny.
Well, that's very Portugal-like, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have good news and bad news. Good news is that no one had any questions because you did a fantastic job. And bad news is we don't have any questions. But in exchange, we're going to give you a very warm applause from here, from Madrid, from Spain. Please thank Elizabeth for the wonderful job. Thank you very much. And we're moving to the two final startups of this block and connecting also virtually, this time going back to France to talk about something that I swear that when I looked at this startup, I was like, yep, been there, done that. If you work in a small company and you have to deal with the photos, with the all the kind of content material that you have, that you generate, the logos, the specific backgrounds, the pictures we took at this event, that's kind of okay. But when your company starts scaling and you have a lot of content, then it's like, who has this picture? Where is the logo? Where's the last logo we used? Where's the last picture we used? And it becomes a mess. I know this for a fact because here at South Summit, it's always every year, it's like, where do we have the pictures? Where do we have the photos? Where do we have this part of the event? It's hard to deal with digital content, especially when you scale. Precisely to tackle that challenge on how to organize, maintain, keep, and share and collaborate with anyone in the organization when you deal with massive amount of digital content, please welcome our next startup, ScaleFlex, Emil Novakov, CEO of ScaleFlex.
Hi, I'm Emil from ScaleFlex. If you have ever struggled with finding the latest version of your company logo, the right product image size to display on mobile or your e-commerce, or have a complex process from photoshoot to web, then you probably need to simplify your content operations. Content is everywhere. Any marketing initiative relies on images, videos, and white papers to engage with prospects. Head of e-commerce at a famous fashion brand once told me, Emil, product images and videos are our sales force. Customers expect beautiful and personalized visual experiences as part of the buyer journey. So the good news is that there are plenty of marketing and collaboration tools to stay ahead of the curve, maybe even too many. If I put myself in the shoes of a CMO and look at the MarTech ecosystem out there, I feel lost. Which tools should I implement within my org? Which integrations are required? Where should I start? How do I train my users? Well, we believe that in order to get the most out of these tools and deliver beautiful and engaging digital experiences, companies need a single source of truth for media assets. This is FireRobot by ScaleFlex, a scalable and flexible digital asset management platform in the cloud. It comes in two flavors, collaborative and headless DAM. With collaborative DAM, marketers and content creators will access a central media library and will be able to edit, annotate, and collaborate on media assets directly in their web browsers. With headless DAM, product and development teams will leverage FireRobot as their central content backend, fully integrated in the CMS or e-commerce platform. FireRobot covers the entire media asset lifecycle from upload to publishing. First, media assets are uploaded over fast content ingestion networks. Then, categorization happens automatically via AI-based image and video recognition. FireRobot users can edit, annotate assets directly in the browser and view insightful analytics about their performance. Finally, integrated media optimizers will make sure that lightweight and fast content is delivered across any channel. Imagine SharePoint, Dropbox, Google Workspace, and Photoshop in one easy-to-use pane of glass for media assets. This is FireRobot. 500 subscription-based customers trust us today in various industries ranging from retail, fashion, automotive to news and media across 50 different countries. And as companies are increasingly operating remote and rely more and more on digital to sell, we expect the number of media assets and the associated collaboration challenges to grow exponentially in the future. We have doubled our customer base every year since our start and forecast to accelerate this growth with our latest funding from earlier this year. Scaleflex started out of a garage back in France in 2018 and has grown to a team of 45 multi-country remote members located in 12 countries with offices in France, Bulgaria and Vietnam. We manage today more than 100 million media assets every single month. How many times are you asking if we have images for this or that product? Where is the video from the last marketing campaign? Can you compress the images? They take ages to load. Or how do we clean up our zombie content? Such questions have now a simple answer. Log into FireRobot and unchain the power of your media assets.
I swear I've had that so many times. Anyhow, judges, do we have any questions for Emil? You have one there? Very good. Let's see if we can connect with Emil. Hello, Emil.
Hi.
Bonsoir. How are you doing?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Alex.
Well,
Thanks for having me. I'm great.
Well, a pleasure. I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing. Finally, we put faces to each other, which is really cool. And we have a question for you. So ready when you are.
Well, first of all, congratulations for your presentation, for your startup. I would like to know a bit more about the competitors that you have, because you have shown us a big picture of a lot of logos. But I would like to know if you can make a bit of focus on similar tools that are on the market that compete against your solution. Thank you very much.
Sure. So as I hope you understood, the target audience for our service is twofold. One, we have the developers on one side, which will use the headless DAM. And on the other hand, you have all the creators or the content creators teams, which will use more the collaborative features to get in efficiency and so on and so forth. There are obviously plenty. There are a few solutions on the market which do a great job at either one or the other, so addressing developers or addressing content creators, but none of the solutions available on the market are capable of bringing the same advanced set of features and automations and workflows that can help both audiences solve their challenges with media assets. And because we want to be the single source of truth for all media assets within our customers, we believe that both audiences have to be able to benefit and use the same solution.
Very good. Thank you very much, Emil. Actually, I was thinking that as a developer, with development, you have code control, right, and version control. But we don't have the equivalent for other assets like digital assets. So that's kind of, we have another question? Sure. OK, we have another question for you, Emil. Let's make it fast.
Hi, this is Christoph from Elia. Do you build all your technology components yourself, like search and indexing as an example, or do you integrate best-of-class components? That's my first question. And the second one, are you fundraising currently or not?
So first of all, we tend to build a lot ourselves, okay? Because we usually come to some limitations to best-of-class solutions, as you say, with regards to our use case. But our platform is open enough in order to integrate any kind of third-party solution. As I mentioned, we can integrate any CTN, any CMS. We're quite agnostic there. So a lot of the search stuff is done in-house. But if there is a need and a customer asks for, we're happy to look at integrating with solutions like Algolia and so on, if that's what you had in mind. That answers the first question. And the second question is, we just closed the beginning of the summer our first financing round of 2.5 million. So for now, we are until at least mid of next year, not fundraising, but happy to open the conversation if there is a potential opportunity for the future.
OK, thanks. See you at the next round.
Emil, take my cue here. You're always fundraising. If he wants to give you money, take the money. Trust me. Well,
you're right.
Emil, thank you very much for having you. Thank you very much for connecting from France. Au revoir. And big applause for Emil, please. And last but not least, before we make the lunch break that I'm pretty sure that everyone is hungry, we have our last startup, and he was getting very nervous. Victor, are you OK? Chill. We got this. We got this. And we're going to be tackling a space that I'm very passionate about, which is very hard, but is actually picking up, which is VR. And how do you do environments through VR that kind of drag you and capture you inside? But also, how can you use the technology to live some of these live events in a very different way? So please welcome our last and final speaker and startup of the blog, Victor Garcia, co-founder and CPO of Yerba Buena VR. Big applause to Victor.
Right, well, thank you everyone. I'm Victor Garcia, I'm co-founder of YBVR, and we are rethinking how immersive experiences can be done for live sports, tourism, and really any kind of live event. I would like to start just by recapping how we have followed live events across, say, the last century. The first major revolution was radio. That was the first time we were able to follow an event even if we were very far away. Then we've gone to video, and color TV was, of course, a major revolution. Ever since, I would say that, well, now we have video in better screens, video in our pockets, video in our browsers. It's still a rectangle on a flat screen, and it has been for the past 70+ years. We think that that's bound to change and evolve. We think that that evolution basically looks like, it looks like the notion of watching needs to change to an experience an event, to feeling like you are there. We think that that experience needs to be immersive, so that you have that feeling of remote presence, having the emotion of really being elsewhere. It needs to be interactive. You need to have a lot of control of how that experience is happening, and it needs to be personalized. It needs to cater to your particular preferences. How are we enabling this future? We are building, and we have the first and the only vertically integrated immersive streaming solution. What does vertical integration mean to us? It basically means that we can do everything to make an immersive event happen. All the way from the production, even like working on the camera setup and working on the camera operation, all the way to having the delivery engine and distribution, having proper appropriate SDKs and applications to consume and monetize that content, and having an analytics engine to understand how the experience is being enjoyed by every single customer. If we dig deeper into how the technology is and what makes us unique, we have a bunch of patented technologies inside of it. And the benefits are many, so I'm trying to group them into mainly 3 types of benefits that you can think of. One is extreme quality. So basically, we can do things such as doing 8K, 60 frames per second live video in immersive formats, and do it at very reasonable bandwidth so that everyone at the home can enjoy it. Then we have the flexible interactivity. What that means is that you, as a user, get to choose if you want to see it like on a 360 view, or if you want to see it maybe on a 180 view, or maybe you want to just watch the TV, or maybe even become your own director and have a virtual control room. Then we also have the supported everywhere technology. Basically, that means that we are on the VR headsets, of course, AR headsets, web, and mobile devices. We are a team of, about 20-something people by now. Over 100 years of experience in the industry of telco and TV. And we have a strong team of advisors in sports, technology, and entertainment. Some of our reference customers we can think of mostly telco and sports. On the telco side, we're very proud of counting on Verizon, KDDI, and Syntel as some of our customers. And on the side of sports, we've done the Australian Open, Grand Slam of tennis, and most recently the EuroLeague Final Four in Cologne. Speaking about investors, it's also a lot of on the telco side. So we have, of course, Telefonica, Telus, and Verizon, and also HTC and Gree on the technology side. And that's it.
Big applause. Thank you very much, Victor. Well, let's step here so we can capture correctly. Oh, wow, that was fast. We have a
Hello, Victor.
question
Congratulations
there.
for your project. Raúl García from Correos. Taking into account that we've been passing all these COVID crisis with a lot of restrictions with regards to live events, and are you seeing an increase in those types of solutions, and which are your predictions in that sense?
I will say that, let's say, in the harshest of the COVID periods, no, it was actually pretty bad, because if there's no event at all, there's no immersive streaming of an event. Now that we're in that like a recovery, trying to get back to normal phase, we are seeing a lot of more traction. And we have launched an offering that we call the virtual ticket, so that you can then have a mode, just like when you go to the ticket masters of the life, and you can like purchase your seat. Well, that there's another category, which is the virtual one. Then you get a ticket, you get a code, and then you see it in virtual reality. Then we have seen like a major surge. And that's kind of something that we are trying to still get more value to all the customers that we're talking to.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any other question? We still have a little bit of time. Any other questions? Very quick answer also, please.
Sure, we'll try.
Thank you. Rodolfo from Armilar. Can you talk a little bit about the challenges of the latency for live events in particular, and how did you crack that?
That's a great question. Challenges when it's at home, it's a little bit less challenging, because then we are talking about like people who are not actually knowing what's going on there. So we're looking around like a 20, 30 second kind of latency, which is on par with what like pretty much every TV and streaming solution does. We also have another, we're starting a product line that we're calling the low latency one, where we're trying to tackle the in-stadium experience for stuff like replays on your mobile. That's less than 1 second. So we have two flavors, very different technologies and very different needs, scales, and well, engineering details aside, we have the two flavors.
Okay. Well, sir, it was a pleasure. Big applause for Victor. Thank you very much for joining us.